Welcome to another week where we have another conversation. Welcome to Misunderstood. My name is Nyawira, and I am so happy that you guys have chosen to come here today and engage with me in this conversation on fear. Misunderstood is a platform for any of you that is new here, where we give understanding to seasons, journeys, happenings, and life in general. And my hope is that through my experiences and some of the things that I consume through books and different people, that's what I really like to share with you guys. So, and I don't share in autonomy, as I am not superior, but I'd like for you to also engage me in the comment section. Leave a comment with your input, share a thought or two. Leave something that has ministered to you, like, wow, this was for me. Leave it in the comment section. Welcome to Misunderstood. Today we are tackling a fear that Nyawira has suffered from severely. It is the fear of failure. Can you imagine? If you know me as a person, I am highly competitive. I hate to fail. And I feel like failing is difficult for me because I feel like it has paralyzed me, because when I feel like failure is coming, I just stop the task completely. And maybe you're like me, and I know we are many, but I know that maybe you particularly feel like, hey, okay, I'm afraid of failure. Being afraid of failure is that you are afraid of doing tasks poorly. You choose not to do them as opposed to doing them badly or wrongly. When I read about this fear, I realized that, that's definitely me. Now, there are signs of this fear, and I think based on the other fear that we did on the fear of commitment, maybe I will rewind a bit, is that to tell you that for the next few episodes we've been dealing with fear because my hope is that we can fight from a place of understanding. We fight fear because we never win it sometimes because we generalize it so much, and we think that it's just fear in general. But if you break it down and give it its name and say, I'm afraid of this, you realize that you can fight it at that level. So this is the fear of failure. And there are different reasons why you may be afraid of failure. It could be that you just don't want to look bad. And I know it sounds so small, but that's me. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. And to be honest with you, that even for the Misunderstood platform, I think the fear of failure has held me back a lot, because there are some videos that I haven't shared because in my head I'm like, that doesn't sound right, that doesn't look right, and you become a very harsh critic of yourself, and I want to put out the best all the time, but I'm learning that even if it's not the best, then that it's for someone particularly. So that's exactly why the fear of failure has done to me personally. There are signs that you are afraid of failure. Is that the first one is that you often procrastinate. The excuses you give yourself for not doing something is that you're working on a perfect thing. So you'll always say, not today, not today, not today. And in actual sense, you're delaying it as opposed to sitting and figuring out the matter. And then you chronically worry. I think it was TD Jakes I listened to one time, and he said something so profound. He said, if you're thinking about something more than 5 times without the intention of a solution, then you're worrying. Can you imagine? 5 times, just 5. Like, oh man, how am I going to get food? 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 5 times, if that thought crosses your mind and you keep on saying it, you're worrying immediately. And if the thought keeps coming to your mind and every time it's coming as a solution, it's not worry. But if it's just the problem that you keep on shouting at yourself, more than likely you're worrying about it and you're not doing anything about it. And that can make you be afraid of failing because you're worried so much and you can't be alert to giving yourself a solution. Another reason is that other people's opinions weigh heavily on you, particularly when it is healthy criticism. That word is a mouthful for me. It's that you're so scared that people can't tell you you made a mistake, because in your head you'll be like, wow, it will nullify every good thing that you have done. Let me give you a perfect example. There's a lady, one time I did a video, I think on esteem, if I'm not wrong. I think it was on believing in yourself. And some lady came to my comment section and she what did she say that was so weird? She talked about my hair in the video. I had my natural hair, my kink out. And she said something in the lines of, that look doesn't work for you, it's not the right look on you, you didn't look good in the video. Let me just tell you here now, all your good comments were received well, and I love you, mwah, thank you. But that one bad comment killed me. And it could have been true that maybe the hair didn't look good in that video. It could have been, but it weighed so heavily on me. I began to think, wow, okay, my hair really is a mess and it's natural. So it happens that way. And then there's a critical sense of hopelessness. You feel like you're so defeated every time. You're never awake to the opportunity or optimism. Nope. You wallow in a place of hopelessness and defeat always. This fear is so dangerous because many times people don't realize it, but you'll see it coming in such a way that at the workplace, you'll never take charge of teams because you're scared that those teams may translate to your failure. And if they fail, the company fails, the organization is dead, the economy of the country has dipped. You blow the problem out of proportion because you in your head, you just see the failure, you never see the success. Another thing that you'll realize is that in your relationship particularly, you're so afraid to fail, so you're always trying to do the right thing. But what that does in a relationship is that you start to wear masks because you're always the perfect one. There's no mistake in your eyes. That's a very dangerous thing because there's no authentic you. You know what I mean? And many people don't notice it because they think, wow, you're such a nice person in your relationship. But in actual sense, there's a lot of cover up in it. Another way that this thing manifests is that, how else does it work in terms of failing? Fear of failure can also hold you back because you are afraid of failing so much, you'd rather not even do school. Because in your head, you're like, wow, but I'll do badly either way. Maybe all your life you never had good grades. Maybe you're telling yourself now, another opportunity for me to fail. So you never see yourself in the light of a success, right? And I know I've been a victim of it. So here are some examples, some solutions I gave to fixing this fear of failure. The first one is that you need to identify and clarify your thoughts that you're afraid of failing. Now, this needs to be carefully understood because I'm not saying that you need to give power to the fear, but you need to know that it's there so that you realize what the voices in your head are telling you every time is because of this fear. Some people don't know what it is, so they think that they have a problem. But in actual sense, the fear has made you feel like you have a real deep set issue. And identifying and clarifying your thoughts about certain spaces that you're in will also help you question why you're doing things the way you're doing it. Why am I working so hard? Why am I not able to lead? Why am I not able to take charge of situations? Why am I so afraid of failing? Some of those questions, they sound like they're basic, but they will actually give you some clarity to realize I'm not doing this because I'm scared of failing. And that will give you a place for you to break its power and now own your strength of success because you are made to succeed, not to fail. Another thing you need to do is that you need to shift your perspective on feedback. Now, this is me preaching to myself because I know I'm a victim of this. Negative feedback is not an insult to you. Let me just say that sometimes you can hear a certain comment will be thrown at you, and in your head you're like, why did they say that? And then instead of saying, okay, valid, let me move, you will shut down every project and say, I'm already beginning to fail, why bother, right? In relationships, your partner will tell you, I don't like that about you, or I don't like that you did that. And instead of you saying, let me work on that as I'm working on myself, you'll shut down the whole relationship, give it back to the person and leave them there. I just want to tell you that the fear of failure will make you think that one mistake will nullifies all the good that you've done. And that's a lie the enemy tells us, because the truth of the matter is that you should not be afraid to receive negative criticism. I'm learning as a person, because this is actually me saying that I'm work in progress, is that you need to be able to allow people's opinions to be exactly that, their opinion. Let them have what they have to say. Give them the opportunity to say what they want to say. The test is how you receive it. And receiving it is not to say that you'll shut out every negative voice, because sometimes those negative comments, you think they're negative, but in actual sense, they may just be brutally honest. Don't shut out everybody's voice so quickly because you only want to receive what's good. Take the bad also and learn from it. And this is me telling myself, because I know I do that to myself so much. It could be as simple as one day I've worn a full outfit and maybe the shoes weren't working with the outfit. It happens so often. And I realize that somebody will make light of my outfit and say, oh, but your shoes didn't ingiana. And that will make me feel like, but you didn't see I was in such a cute dress. Why didn't you say that first? But the actual sense is that if that shoe was right, it wouldn't be a point of concern. Take some time, the negative feedback, and learn from it. Listen to what people have to say. And listening needs to be carefully put is that when I receive feedback, something I'm learning to do is that when I receive feedback from people, I put on an objective sieve in my ear where I say, okay, where is this coming from? Is it a personal place? No. Is it something that they've observed? Yes. Then take it and see it from their perspective. Change your perspective on feedback. It doesn't always have to be good. Sometimes you need to hear the tough truth and you need to learn from it and not let it become your slap to shut you out, all right? The other thing is that you need to allow yourself to fail. Can you imagine? Me, I'm the one telling you that you need to allow yourself to fail. And allowing yourself to fail is not becoming mediocre. I'm not telling you to set yourself up. I'm not telling you to compromise on your values or on what you want to do. No, no, no. All I'm trying to tell you is that when you fail, because failure is a part of life, don't let that be the stopping point in your life. Don't do that to yourself. The moment you fail, don't think that the world has ended. No. You know, I've had so many people saying it, and every time they say it, I usually think, yeah, you can say that now because you're not in the situation. But it's true that failure is a learning opportunity. Can you imagine how many lessons we would have learned as a people if every time we failed, we took the lesson and we owned it? We'd go so far. I ask you to take failure as a lesson. And when it happens, don't let it disable you. Let it be a place of enabling you to learn a new thing about yourself, about a certain space that you're in, so that you can go to the next level. Finally, is that you need to take control. This fear particularly has a way of controlling you, where it tells you that you are on the track of going under, of being stuck, of being discontent. But what the actual sense is that you need to take control and realize that this fear cannot control you. And that sounds like such an easy thing to do, but it's really hard. Let me just be very honest. For me as Nyawira, I know it's a hard thing for me because this fear, it sounds like my thoughts. And it's a dangerous place to be because it sounds like it's accurate and it sounds like it's justified. But this fear needs to be disempowered because what your thoughts do is that it makes you feel like that's the right way to think. No, no, no. Take control of this fear. Master it. Learn how it sounds. Learn how it comes to you. Maybe for you that when this fear is coming at you, you feel like everything you're doing is wrong. And it's so weird that maybe you're not doing everything wrong, but this fear makes it look like it is. So taking control is knowing how it's coming at you. Find where it is and disempower before it takes full charge. Finally, I'd like to tell you to just allow yourself to be kind to yourself. Now, this one is interesting because being kind to yourself is something I am absolutely not. I am the worst at this completely because I feel like being kind to myself is a sense of weakness, and it's a twisted way of thinking, but I'm learning that it's actually a good thing to be kind to yourself, because when you're kind to yourself, you learn that it's not as bad as you think. You will not judge yourself as harshly as you think. You will not be as mean to yourself as you are, and those things go a long way. You know, it's in clapping for yourself for doing the work. It's in clapping for yourself when you achieve the small things that you've been achieving. It's in celebrating your small wins. Those things go a long way. So don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind, be kind, be kind to yourself. Don't abuse yourself. Don't talk ill of yourself to yourself. And that sounds like such a weird thing, because I don't know if you talk to yourself like I talk to myself, because I really talk to myself. Is that I've caught myself so many times in front of the mirror saying, "No, what's wrong with you? Why have you done this now? Why have you messed up? Now look. And you realize in actual sense, you're abusing yourself. And we like to talk a great deal about people abusing us, but in actual sense, we play a big role in abusing ourselves. Be careful at the words you throw at yourself, because you could be fueling this fear. So just be very careful. I'm on a journey of healing and destabilizing this fear, because it's held me back from so many things in my life. And my hope is that you as well could find a space where you can be able to deal with this fear. Identify it. Be clear about how it comes to you. Question yourself many a times. Why am I doing this? Why am I behaving this way? You're allowed to. Another thing for you to do is that you need to shift your perspective. Negative feedback doesn't mean it's the end of you. Place an objective sieve in your ear where you ask yourself, where is this person's feedback and opinion coming from? Take sometimes a negative and what sounds like brutal truth, take it. Learn a few things. And when you realize that you are in this space, accept and learn to fail. And learning to fail is telling yourself, by the way, here I messed up, but I learned this lesson. You know what I mean? And I'm like a chronic journaler. And so I journal a lot. And I've begun to change my perspective of how I journal. Is that I stop journaling what I've done wrong and celebrate what I've done right. Celebrate your small wins. Be kind to yourself. Clap for yourself. Pat yourself on the back once in a while. Buy yourself a slice of cake. Drink an extra cup of tea, and just be proud of what you've done. It may be small, but it's a milestone to a lot. Don't abuse yourself. Be careful with the words you throw at yourself. Do not insult yourself, for this fuels the fear that is failure. I hope that this video gives you a sense of encouragement and that you find that this journey we are in it together. Don't feel alone. Please don't walk this journey alone. I am here for you, and I am here to help you in the way I can. And in the comment section, in the description, I'm going to leave my therapist number. Please reach out to her. She's fantastic and she's affordable. So please find a space where you can be helped, because it's important for us to get better and be better. I love you all deeply. Thank you so much for subscribing to this platform. Our community is growing ridiculously, and I am eternally grateful to all of you. So let's spread the word, share the video, hit the like button, leave a comment in the comment section. I'd like to know what your thoughts are about it. And above all else, I'd like to know how you're dealing with this fear, if that's you, if you are, because I am. And till next time, I love you deeply. Have a great week, right? Bye.